the Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan has reportedly resigned. This as per the news agency ANI that the Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan has quit. So it is now highly possible that there will of course be a new health minister who will be sworn in at 6 p.m. this evening. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, India will be seeing a new health minister being sworn in this evening. So the news that we're getting via the news agency ANI at the moment is that the Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan has quit just hours before the reshuffle. Let's go right across to Arvind Gunasekar joining us with the very latest. Arvind, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, Rishika, Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan has put in his papers. He has sent his resignation. That's what the reports are suggesting. That earlier he held two portfolios, one health ministry and second one he was also holding the portfolio of science and technology. What we are being told is that he has sent in his resignation to the Prime Minister's office. That's what the reports are suggesting. So very soon we will be seeing a new health minister, though the portfolio allocation will be done only after the swearing-in ceremony of the new cabinet, but new council of ministers. But what we are being told is that right after that, the list will be sent from the President Secretariat, where allocation of portfolios will be done. So it's a big news that the Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan has put in his papers, according to media reports. So this comes after severe criticism, strong criticism from the opposition parties, saying that the government actually mishandled the COVID situation, especially the second wave. So coming into the criticism, now the government has decided to change the health minister. That's what the report suggests. So this is not the only minister. Even the Union Labour Minister, who was also came under criticism for handling the migrant crisis, even he has also been asked to quit. So two very senior ministers who came under strong criticism for the handling of COVID and also the migrant issue, both of them have put in their papers. Rishika?
The Minister, the Education Minister, and now the Health Minister have all resigned ahead of the cabinet reshuffle. Arvind, this is significant, given the fact that this is the government's first acknowledgement in a certain sense of the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. There has been criticism from the opposition. There's been international criticism that's come the government's way for not having the foresight or having prepared enough for the onslaught of the second wave of the pandemic. And what we're essentially seeing perhaps could be looked at as a tacit acknowledgement of the failure of the government in the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, with the health minister resigning.
Yeah, Rishika, this is first in this government, especially the current Modi government, wherein with the opposition criticism, a minister is resigning. This we have never seen, but this time the government, it's in a way indirectly accepting the mismanagement of COVID across the country. That is why we are seeing the Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan resigning, sending his resignation. So that's something, a big message which opposition parties have been asking for. Opposition parties have been asking for the resignation of Harsh Vardhan for quite some time, saying that the utter mismanagement of COVID, especially the second wave, led to this entire suffering of the.
In fact, Arvind, I want to interrupt you just there because Sanket is breaking more information to us at the moment. My colleague Sanket Upadhyay is reporting that it's not one but two casualties. Actually, it is Dr. Harsh Vardhan and Ashwini Chaubey. They've both resigned. Ashwini Chaubey was the MOS Health. So both the Union Health Minister as well as the Minister of State for Health, Arvind, we're now reporting, have resigned.
Then it's the message that opposition parties will try to take advantage of, because opposition parties have been asking for the heads of both Ashwini Chaubey and also Harsh Vardhan, saying that there is an utter mismanagement, especially the second wave of the COVID. That's why they have been asking for the resignation. Even earlier, when former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and also Sonia Gandhi, when both of them wrote a letter about the mismanagement, especially the second wave, Harsh Vardhan gave a political response. Even at that time, several opposition parties, even the experts, they also questioned that the political response that was given by Harsh Vardhan. But this time, Harsh Vardhan resigning his ministership, especially the health minister as health minister, and also Ashwini Chaubey, it's a message that the government is accepting that there was a mismanagement of the COVID situation. And like you mentioned, these two are not the name, and also the Union Education Minister and also Santosh Getwa, who is the Labour Minister, they have also put in his paper. So it's a big message, and the opposition parties will take it to their advantage. Opposition parties will take it to the street, saying that finally the government is accepting that they mismanaged the second wave.
Just one moment, I just want to bring to our viewers the big story that we continue to track just now. The biggest casualty as far as the expansion of the cabinet is concerned, the reshuffle of the cabinet in a sense, is that Dr. Harsh Vardhan, the health minister of this country, and Ashwini Chaubey, the Minister of State for Health, have resigned. This is a clear sign of of perhaps a decision having been made on the performance of these two ministers in their ministries. They're moving away from these posts right in the middle of the COVID crisis in this country, paves the way for India to have a new health minister. There has never in India's history been an occasion when the health ministry has been more important. It's not considered one of the top four, but in the context of COVID, it was perhaps the most important ministry, where day after day there was an effort to try and fight COVID. With Dr. Harsh Vardhan having submitted his resignation as part of this cabinet reshuffle or expansion, there is a clear indicator that the top leadership of the BJP was not happy with his performance and the manner in which the entire COVID situation was handled. There has been widespread criticism of the handling of COVID, but that criticism perhaps extends to several bureaucrats within the system, not just the health minister. But Ashwini Chaubey, the Minister of State for Health, has also stepped down. So lock, stock and barrel, we will now see a change in the health ministry at a time when India is preparing perhaps for a third wave. Will there be decisive changes in terms of policy? Will there be differences in the decision-making process which will actually expedite the availability of vaccines, the vaccination process, the manner in which this health concern is dealt with, the utter lack of social distancing right now, and the fact that a third wave is very much upon us in the next couple of weeks, according to some estimates. Would a new health minister actually be able to deal with that effectively? So perhaps the big headline coming out of the cabinet expansion, we've been talking about this now for the last several days. There are new names coming in, important names coming in as well. But the fact of the matter is this, India will have a new health minister soon. We do not know which name that's going to be, and a new Minister of State for Health as well. So we'll continue to bring you news on that.